Hey everybody, welcome back. It is week 3. We are going to get started with week 3. We do have a holiday this week. Doesn't really affect much in terms of online classes, but hope everybody has a good, safe holiday weekend. Hope everybody came through the hurricane okay, and that we're ready for another for another march through history and literature. So let me go ahead and start with this syllabus as usual, just to kind of orient ourselves and remind us where we are. We are in week 3, which of course is really getting started with the Shakespeare groups. So this week you're going to be reading or hopefully finishing reading the Midsummer Night's Dream. And I want you guys to get together at some point during this week and discuss the presentation assignment with each other. Keep track or take some notes, and you're going to submit those for credit. Those do not have to be any fancy formal things, but I do want to see that you are putting some work in there. We do have some additional readings this week about library research and doing library research, which you will need to do for pretty much all of our assignments that are coming up. So that one applies to things beyond the actual group presentation. Your presentation itself is going to be turned in, the PowerPoint itself is going to be turned in at the end of week 4. And then you will have additionally week 5, if you need it, to complete the video of the presentation. So I highly recommend using Zoom for meetings and for recording. It is easier to record a group in Zoom than it is to record a group in, say, PowerPoint. You can do videos in PowerPoint and then kind of put them all together. But it's just a lot easier if you have one coherent recording session. So we'll talk more about that when that gets closer, but that may be something you guys want to start planning when you first meet with your group. So just, kind of a heads up there. So you'll be reading Midsummer Night's Dream, hopefully finishing it fairly early in week 4. The sooner you can finish it, the better. Note that there are readings provided with Midsummer Night's Dream, so you can do some of the research without actually doing any of the research. You just look at the sources that Ms. Rackley has already provided for us. So there's some good things there that you guys can use to kind of help you navigate. There are also a lot of really good websites that talk about thematics, characters, all that stuff that you might use. Do keep track as you're doing any research. So whatever sources you guys are using in creating your presentation, including kind of the background, make sure you keep track of it so that you can cite those sources when the time comes. But that's what we're working on this week. So let me go ahead and go to the module. And our learning materials and activities, we're going to review APA format and documentation because that's what we're going to be using this term. Learning about information literacy and research for this course and really for beyond. And then you've got some English texts, including, of course, the play, but an interesting one that I think will help you, especially as we are preparing to learn about the American founding documents, including the Bill of Rights. You're going to be looking at the British Bill of Rights from 1689. It's just kind of fascinating. And then, of course, like I said, beginning to work on your group presentation. You are also going to write papers as individuals on the Shakespeare play. So you'll be working together, but you're also going to be having a solo assignment for this play as well. So what you work on in your groups is kind of assigned to you, like the set of characters is assigned to you, but what you work on individually is up to you. So, you just want to read the read the play carefully. There are some really good video versions of the play. You should feel free to watch it, but you do also need to make sure that you've read it. You're going to be working in your groups, and you can go to the people tab over here and see who else is in your group. Those are also listed on the presentation assignment. So if we click on that, we will see the presentation. We will see how it's divided up. The government and Love and Government is group 1. The Fairy Kingdom is group 2, and the workers are group 3. Here are the people in your group. You can contact each other in the groups. So going into people and you can contact each other that way. You can even set up like a discussion board and things like that if you want to. And then in each of these, there's more information. These are Word docs, so it's not going to show if I click on it, but be sure to read not only the assignment, but also your group's in particular focus piece. Okay. And I would do that early this week, maybe even before you start reading the play, so that you kind of have an idea sort of what your particular group is working on. That's all there in the learning materials for this week. So your group is going to meet sometime this week and report that planning session. And then you can use the collaborations tools, as I mentioned over here. You can use exterior Zoom if you want to do that. I've also got a link to some resources for YouTube to help you manage group presentations. So make sure you view that. And then each student, of course, is also going to write your own analysis of the play, so you can check out that official assignment as well. That's not due for several more weeks, but you might want to check it out now. APA materials in our course LibGuide, and then I've got my own personal information literacy lecture video, and of course this announcement, as well as the ones that are coming up. And then you will turn in your notes this week. That's the only thing that's due in week 3. So if we go to that, you will see, make sure you do go back if you haven't already responded to 2 other folks in the flip discussion from last week. I did put a link here, so you remember to do that. Oh, I have to change that. My goodness. Okay, I'll change it right now so you guys can see. Because we want the right assignment. That would be helpful. And this is the planning for the group presentations. Okay, so we're gonna link that to there we go. Save. All right. So now I'll click on it. So working in the groups, and 3 was the smallest number. Originally, it looked like we were going to have a couple of duos, but everybody has at least 3. You're going to create a video presentation on one aspect of William Shakespeare's play, Midsummer Night's Dream. There are 3 sets of characters. So you've got the nobility and the human lovers, you've got the fairy kingdom, and you've got the lower class workers who perform the play within the play. So each of the groups has a separate set of characters. In week 3, you're going to meet and take notes. In week 4, you're going to create and submit the PowerPoint. Only one person needs to do that. And then in week 5, you're going to submit your video. Keep notes, et cetera, et cetera. For this assignment, it can be totally informal. You could even technically write it in the box, but I would prefer that you put it in Word and upload it. So that's what you will submit when you are ready. All right. That's it. Easy peasy. If you have questions this week, please do reach out. I'm happy to help, especially with groups and whatnot. So happy week 3. And I will see you next week for sure, if I don't chat with you in between times. Everybody have a great week and take care.